Unai Emery has joined an Arsenal side that finished outside of the Champions League places twice consecutively, having not done so for the previous 20 seasons. It is also an Arsenal team that has not won the Premier League for more than a decade, and squad that is mainly absent of domestic title wins in recent years. Winning 3 FA Cups in the last 5 years does show that there is a winning mentality that exists within the Gunners. However, Emery could be the man to make sure it shows on a regular basis. The head coach joins the North London side off the back of a season where he won every domestic trophy available at PSG, and while that may come with its caveats, a winning philosophy is important to the ex-Valencia boss. Speaking in an interview while he was at PSG, Emery noted what he believed a coach's role to be. He said, "The coach has to make the team competitive. I gained promotion with Lorca and Almeria, and at Valencia we qualified 3 times for the Champions League. Valencia haven't done so since then, but back then qualifying for Europe had no merit." Arsenal head coach Unai Emery during a training session at London Coney. Image Stuart McFarlane, Arsenal FC via Getty Images. "During my final year at Valencia I brought a book out, Mentalidad Ganadora, Winner's Mentality. Imagine what a brave thing that was for me to do at that time. All of my detractors in Valencia said, 'Well, and what have you won? Nothing.' Having a winner's mentality is not what those who win have, it is what those who always seek to improve have. Now I am thinking about writing a second book which will look at what it means to compete. That was the biggest lesson I learned at Sevilla." Emery is also known to be passionate on the sideline and believes if such actions worry players, it is because of a failure elsewhere. He said, "If there is one thing that motivates every coach who wants to take things forward, it is passion. If there is one thing which Guardiola, Simeone always managed to get across, it's passion. I've read what my critics have written: coaches who gesticulate too much make the players nervous. That is just ignorance." Paris, France, February 14. Unai Emery issues instructions to his players on the touchline during the UEFA Champions League round of 16 first leg match between Paris Saint-Germain and FC Barcelona at Parc des Princes on February 14, 2017 in Paris, France. Photo by Clive Rose, Getty Images. Image Clive Rose, Getty Images. If coaches who gesticulate provoke nerves, then they haven't achieved what they set out to do. Take a look at Simeone and Guardiola. The Spaniard clearly sees himself among the best and isn't frightened to back his methods. Clearly, he has already implemented a different way of working on the training ground at London Coney. Ball work has been introduced earlier than usual, mobiles banned at meal times, and sessions are later in the day. While the 46-year-old is not frightened of challenging the status quo, he also doesn't have too much ego to manage a player and give him a chance to thrive. In the same interview he spoke about one instance with rumoured Arsenal target Steven Nzonzi that should fill supporters with confidence given the new style and new players joining the club. Emery said, "About a year ago, I kicked him out of a training session because he didn't want to train. Later, he came up to me and said he wanted to leave. So I told him, take 3 days off, nobody will know, and come back on Monday. Forget about everything, and when you come back we'll talk." He wanted to leave because he didn't feel happy. He wasn't settled in Seville, the city. So he came back on the Monday and I asked him to, and he replied, "I'm staying." A little late after that, from December onwards, he started performing to a high level. Keep up to date with the latest news, features and exclusives from Football London via the free Football London app for iPhone and Android. Available to download from the App Store and Google Play.